something if I had not done it. Okay? I've done it in my area over and over again and made really great business decisions. So thanks for taking my advice. Thanks for coming out tonight. And, sir.
Yeah, okay, I'm Romeo Patelli. I'm a very correspondent. I'm a psychologist and blogger, lots of other things.
Okay.
I'm here, I'm interested in trying
Just put the mic a little closer.
I'm here because I'm interested in studying public speaking.
Okay.
Just general type of topics, mental health,
Okay.
mental illness,
Okay.
health in general.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's great. Thanks everybody for sharing. Again, we all have different topics. And when I started speaking, I started talking about volunteering because I was doing all that. Then mentorship, then networking. I wrote ebooks on topics. And then I started writing about leadership and social media and other great topics. And again, we all start somewhere. We all take that first step. So I'm going to speak about a very, a very powerful story. So I'm trying not to cry because I've only shared the story a couple times. And I thought about it today, and I want to share it, not to make anybody feel uncomfortable, but you just never know who you're going to meet and what they're going through. Okay? So let me know when I should start.
What, 10 minutes?
How about 11 minutes? Okay, 10 minutes. All right. So good evening, everyone. My name is Jim Pagiamtzis. I'm the founder of 21 Connections and the director of the Toronto Public Speaking Association. Tonight I want to share a story about the journey of reading. So how many of you read? Oh, what book are you reading? What type of books are you reading right now? Just show I like topics. Minus touch, yeah? Sorry? Okay, anybody else?
Nothing right now.
Okay, I'll hopefully may change your mind by the end of the day. Okay? Napoleon Hill. Anyone else? So, when I was younger, I used to read books called the Danny Dunn series. It was a series of two young boys, and then we did an adventure. Danny Dunn. So Danny Dunn. And then after that, I got hooked on John Grisham. I read the Pelican Brief, Hutchinson movie, The Chamber. I read about six, seven books. Your own book again. It's drama, lawyers, and so forth. And then in 2003, when I got connected to two mentors, Terry Gardner and Max Haroon, and they introduced me to personal development. So I put all those mysteries away and just got involved into reading Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And I always was a reader, but when you start reading about others, it changes your whole perception. So fast forward to 2015, I've read probably thousands of books. I've learned a lot, applied a lot, and failed a lot probably along the way. One of the things I realized is that you read different books. Sometimes you can read a biography and delve into someone's history. You can read a book about Bill Clinton. Well, now he's on the speaker circuit, speaking all over the world, making paid $50,000 to $100,000 every talk. He wrote a book. I read a book this thick. Anthony Robbins, one of my idols I got to meet last year. He wrote 2 books this thick. So I had to read books, and now I started last year reviewing books on my blog and giving them away. And it's been exciting. But what happens is that this book here is a book I'm going to talk about. It's called, have I heard of this book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind to Our Record? Have I heard of it? So 2 years ago, in 2011, I worked for a firm called FedEx. And there was a security guard named Steve Wing. And Steve was in the shack, and we were in a high security area. And I would say hi to Steve every time I leave the place there. But I'm a talker. So I'd stop. Hey Steve, how you doing? How's everything? Good, I'll set up my little radio here. And I got to know a little bit, every week, a little bit. And then you start talking, you say, hey Jim, how's everything? How's work? I go, oh, pretty quiet here, We're in Fort Knox here, I have to go through like 3 security gates to get into the place. So I started telling him about my books I'm reading. He started seeing in my car. I was reading in my car all the time. And he says, what books do you read? Different types of books. He goes, any books I can read? Sure. So I gave him this book. Okay? Gave it to him. And again, it's about sharing. And give him the book, thinking of it. A week went by. 2 weeks went by. Then one Friday night, I went by, and he really, almost literally attacked me. Okay? I don't know how to put it. He goes, we are going to this seminar. What seminar are you talking about? The one in this book. Yeah, there's one happening in 2 weeks. We're going to it. Okay, I had been to these seminars in the past, and I know that it's a very powerful book, but it caught me off guard. I said, okay, I'll register, we'll go. So I have been to the Millionaire Mind. I have been to Suji. Has everybody else been to the Millionaire Mind? Sorry, everybody else? So I've been to the Millionaire Mind. I brought the shirt here. P Potentials have our thing called a Karma Crew. We actually get to help out. So I did it a couple of years ago. So the day shows up. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, intense, in 3 days. So I pick him up where he is. He's in the Rexdale area. Pick him up, take him to the event. But I didn't stick around with him. I didn't stay with him. We didn't sit near each other the whole 3 days. He goes that night in the car, go back, start sharing all that. Listen, whatever happens, I don't need to hear it. If you want to share it, I'll listen to it. But it's not this one. It's just, okay, I agree. We share in the car. Saturday, pick him up, drop him off. Sunday, pick him up, drop him off. And then when I dropped him the Sunday, he said, thank you. He said, it was an interesting weekend. I'm very uncomfortable. There's a lot of people who were there who are, some of them are business owners, some professionals, and he was getting pitched by some of them with their businesses. So it was very comfortable for him. And then again, I was not near him the whole weekend. I barely saw him passing by in the hallways. Fast forward, that was in November, so December 24th, I didn't want to take him out for dinner. So December 24th, believe it or not, nothing's open. Okay, just to let you know, December 24th, nothing is open. Like, no Tim Hortons, only convenience stores. Okay, only flat. Okay, so we found some place, some coffee shop, sat down and was talking to me, and just general. And then he says, can I be honest with you? Okay, all right. He says to me, that event changed my life. I said, what do you mean? I was thinking of taking it. The word is think, okay? But still, he had nothing. I said, wow. He goes, I didn't think I had anything I didn't think I had anything to live for. Wow. So he's telling me this, I'm just in the process of telling me this, right? And he's had a pretty harsh life, not a great upbringing, and not an easy life. He was living at a halfway house at that time when I used to. And I'm not even say to him, I said, well, yeah, I don't want to say to him. And I said to him, at the end of the day, you read the book and you came. That shows me a lot that you know that. So I said to him, so what's next? He goes, I'm going to get a job. I was like, really? Yeah? Yeah. I'm going to get a job because I have something to contribute, whatever it is. I was like, that's a good idea. Yeah. So I ended up getting a job for the TTC as in the maintenance department in the Bathurst and downtown, the Steuben area. As far as I know, he's still there. And why I tell you this story, the moral of the story is I didn't know what he was going through. I had no idea until he told me that night on December 24th. He never talked about it. He never complained about it. Even the times that he was the security guard, we talked general stuff. He always bothered me about the news. That's never going to win it, because at least still not doing too well 3 years later. But I didn't know what was going on inside. But fast forward to a book. A book with writing in it, okay? I have records. Pretty well known, but again, someone wrote this book, put it down. I know this book has influenced thousands, including myself. And if you ever want to get a copy, it's $20 you find it Chapters Indigo. But someone can read it and change life. And a lot of books have changed my life. I have a big book room. I have like 3 books on the go. I'm reading a book right now called High Trust Selling. And about 40 book pages in, and my co-worker, he goes, what are you reading? High Trust Selling. Is it any good? Yeah. Can I read it next? Sure. He's super super. I said, sure. My owner comes by. She goes, what book are you reading? Okay, because I'm sitting there reading a book during lunch. High Trust Selling. Is it any good? Yeah. Can I borrow it? Sure, you have to wait till Jermaine to read it first. He goes, oh, there's a line to read the book now? I go, yeah, there's a whole book. I started a little library, about 8 books. So, Shafari. So, I want to leave you with that, this book. But there's many books written. I mean, we can go to Indigo right now and find new books. I'm actually going to read, remember her Tina Fey? She was an SNL. So she wrote a book with, it's her with a female hand and a male hand. So it's been out for 6-7 months. I'm reading, actually, someone gave it to me recently. Gave it to me. Okay. So I've also, I had a lot of books, so I have a personal collection at home, but I also had 300 other books. And the reason I came across those books is that in the Toronto area, there's a lot of street festivals and events happening, so I queued a lot of events. And I don't do these books. But I ended up working for a place called Camaraderie. It's a co-working space in Toronto. I donated all the books. I started a library there. It's still there. It's been there a couple of years now. And people come in all the time to borrow books. She comes and goes, yeah, people just come off the street. I go, don't you want them? Yeah. I didn't think that many people come by. I go, oh, my friends are telling me to go. Well, that's why they're coming, because you're telling me to go. So at the end, we all have the power to share and give. And what I want to impart with you, because I got a little bit left, is that you can read something, learn from it, but you can always share it. You can always give it away. And that's what I do. So I get books, I read them, I review them, I give them away. Some people just give it back to me, give it to a friend. And there's a big thing about, ever heard about the paying it forward? Ever heard the movie Pay It Forward? Who likes that? Right? I think Pay It Forward is awesome. You know, there's a great movie that was made about it, about that. But at the end of the day, we can pay it forward in different ways. It could be a book, it could be different ways. So I just had to share that I didn't know my wildest dreams that loaning Steve Wainwright this book would not just change his life, but his journey in his life. That was very impactful for me in so many ways. I can't even put words. Even when I talk about it, my back's finding chills. But again, it's an authentic, real story. And again, I really appreciate you listening to it. I hope that you all realize that we have conversations every day. It could be a 10-minute conversation, a half-hour presentation. We can make an impact. With that, my time is done. Thank you.
Peeps. So that's a total spotlight that if you join as a feature member and go through the presentation, you get to do that. Again, this is a safe area. You know, after usually this talk, I'm open to feedback. Good, bad, or different, so I'm open to feedback right now. So before the game starts, and then feedback, comment, suggestions, I'm open. Yes.
I think your talk was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for it. The one thing that I would maybe suggest is that keep his name out of it.
Okay.
Just
That's one.
just because of, you know, privacy and security. In case someone in your audience knows him now.
Okay.
You know,
Just
I
say
didn't
Steve.
know that
Just say
about
Steve. Just say Steve.
yeah, Steve or
STW. STW. Okay, that's fine. Anyone else? Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyone else? Yeah, please.
Could have been a little longer.
Well, it's 10 minutes.
It seemed like you were rushing to it because you were trying to take that time from you.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've done this talk. I actually just wrote it up 2 days ago. It was my Cole's nuts. Okay? But I had it. I went through my hard drive to find the original talk, and I couldn't find it. So I wrote it all. So we'll check that out from Sean over there. Sean's not screwed up pretty fast. We just did that from the notes.